Welcome to Session 3 of the Happiness Workshop. My name is Wendy, and I am a therapist at Counseling Services here at UWEC. Thank you for joining me for today's session on the importance of connections to others and relationships. I want to start today's workshop with a brief video on happiness. I hope you enjoy it.
In the last 6 months, more than 1,000 books have been published about it. Universities around the world are teaching on it. For 30 years, scientists have been studying it. Governments are appointing cabinet positions to oversee it. The United Nations named an official day after it. Google Analytics prove people are searching for it. In fact, it's one of humanity's oldest pursuits. Happiness. We are wealthier, more educated, and live longer than any previous generation. And as a nation, the U.S. is one of the wealthiest, most powerful, and technologically advanced. And in the most recent World Happiness Report, the United States ranked 17th. And during the Great Depression, when there was little to be happy about, we were actually 18% less depressed than we are now. We have been taught that hard work equals success, which equals happiness, right? Wrong. Research proves happiness is actually a precursor to success, not the other way around. Did you know? Neuroscience proves that we are hardwired to perform at our best when we are happy. Studies show that happy, positive, optimistic people earn higher incomes, set and achieve more aggressive goals, experience less stress, remain calm in high-pressure situations, are more energetic, recover from illness faster, and live longer. Happiness is serious business. When we engage in positive, real-life relationships, our bodies release chemicals that actually help reduce anxiety and increase concentration and focus. How you feel and your attitude toward life all stem from your thoughts, actions, and where you focus your time and energy. Yet we are constantly surrounded by negativity. If we want things to change, we have to create the change. And we start by choosing positivity and happiness. Just imagine the possibilities if there were more happy and positive people in this world. A world with more peace, optimism, and compassion is possible. Like a pebble thrown into a pond, it only takes one to create the ripple of happiness. Happiness is so contagious and infectious that one positive person can spread happiness to more than 1,000 people. That means all it takes to create change on a local, regional, state, country, global scale is one person. And research shows that just by spreading happiness, you actually become happier. You can choose happiness and choose to share it. You can be the catalyst to spread it directly and indirectly. Are you that one? It starts with you, yet it's bigger than you. Happiness is bold. It is courageous, audacious, and challenging. You have the power to choose happiness and to spread it. Join the movement. Share the movement. Be the one who makes the difference. And live happy.
As the video shows, there are benefits to being happy. But how do we get there? A few key things that were addressed in the video that I would like to delve a little deeper into today are positive relationships and paying attention to our thoughts. Let's start out with positive relationships. The happiest people are the ones who have deep, meaningful relationships. There's a really good feeling that comes from having a friend or family member who you can share your experiences with. We feel connected and a part of something more meaningful when we connect with others. So you can see why this is crucial to happiness and general well-being. Being a college student poses unique challenges when it comes to social connections. Some of you have moved away from friends or family. Some of you have more unstructured time than you're used to having and more responsibilities to manage during that time. Where do relationships fit into all of this? How do you find new ones, maintain old ones, and find a balance between commitments and your social life? The first step is to create a plan. Take a few moments to identify and list the supports that you already have in your life and make a decision to keep in touch with these people. This can include friends from your past, family members, and mentors. Then, when you find yourself having a hard day or feeling lonely or stressed, you'll have this list to turn to and all ready to go. And remember, social connections are important to everyone, so people will be happy to hear from you. There may be some of you saying that you feel that you don't have many or any supports from the past available to you right now. In that case, you're going to have to get proactive. Luckily, the university campus offers many assorted opportunities to connect with like-minded people. There are clubs, groups, sports teams, and religious groups right here on campus. Check out the UWEC organizations webpage for a listing of all of the organizations on campus and how to go about joining them. Then, choose one or two that speaks to you and commit to attending a few sessions to see if it's a good fit for you. If organized groups aren't your thing, reach out to your roommate or classmates. Ask somebody to join you for a meal or study with you or attend a floor event in your dorm. It can be awkward at first, but having people to reach out to is important. If you can push through the awkward part, you can find more connections and support. If you're struggling with finding other people to connect to, please consider talking to your RA or reaching out to one of the counselors at Counseling Services for help in this area. Another relationship that is crucial to consider when we are talking about happiness is our relationship with ourselves. Like all relationships in our lives, this needs to be a healthy and supportive one. We all have thoughts that run through our head throughout the day that evaluate us and judge how we are doing things. This is known as self-talk. These thoughts have a great impact on our feelings, mood, and overall success. The goal is to have these thoughts be like the voice of a best friend or a loved one. These thoughts should be kind and patient with us, even when we make mistakes, which we all will. I challenge you to start to pay attention to your thoughts as they come up throughout the day. Do they tend to be supportive and useful, or negative and damaging? If, upon exploration, you determine that a thought is a negative one, I ask you to challenge and ask, is this thought useful? And if it's not useful, for example, I am a failure because I didn't do well on that exam, I ask that you go ahead and reframe that thought to be useful. So in that situation, it could be, I am frustrated that I did poorly on my exam. My plan to do better in the future is to work with a tutor, study more ahead of time instead of just the night before the exam, and make sure that I get a good night's sleep the night before. By identifying, challenging, and replacing negative thoughts when they come up, you can start to rewire your brain to be that supportive inner voice instead of a bully. So, to recap, your challenge is to pay attention to your thoughts. Identify negative thoughts if they do come up, challenge them, and replace them with useful thoughts. Thank you for joining me for today's session of the Happiness Workshop. See you next time.